Hello students, today we are going to study the ecosystem. First of all, let me tell you what is ecosystem. The ecosystem is the structural and functional unit of ecology where the living organisms interact with each other in the surrounding environment. In other words, we can say that an ecosystem is a chain of interaction between organisms and their environment. The term ecosystem was first coined by A.G. Tansley, an English botanist, in the year 1953. Now we are going to study how many types of ecosystem. First, terrestrial ecosystems. These ecosystems are exclusively land-based ecosystems. There are different types of terrestrial ecosystems distributed around various geological zones. They are as follows: forest ecosystems, grassland ecosystems, tundra ecosystems, desert ecosystem. Second, aquatic ecosystems. These ecosystems present in a body of water. These can be further divided into two types, namely, freshwater ecosystem, marine ecosystem. The structure of an ecosystem is characterized by the organization of both biotic and abiotic components. This includes the distribution of energy in our environment. It also includes the climatic conditions prevailing in that particular environment. The structure of an ecosystem can be split into two main components, namely, biotic components and abiotic components. Biotic components refer to all life in an ecosystem. Based on nutrition, biotic components can be categorized into autotrophs, heterotrophs, and saprotrophs. Producers include all autotrophs such as plants. Consumers or heterotrophs are organisms that depend on other organisms for food. Consumers are further classified into primary consumers, secondary consumers, and tertiary consumers. Primary consumers are herbivores, feeding on plants. Secondary consumers depend on primary consumers for energy. They can either be a carnivore or an omnivore. Tertiary consumers are organisms that depend on secondary consumers for food. Tertiary consumers can also be an omnivore. Decomposers include saprophytes such as fungi and bacteria. They directly thrive on the dead and decaying organic matter. Decomposers are essential for the ecosystem as they help in recycling nutrients to be reused by plants. Abiotic components are the non-living component of an ecosystem. It includes air, water, soil, minerals, sunlight, temperature, nutrients, wind, altitude, turbidity, etc. The functions of the ecosystem are as follows: it regulates the essential ecological processes, supports life systems, and renders the stability. It is also responsible for the cycling of nutrients between biotic and abiotic components. It maintains a balance among the various trophic levels in the ecosystem. It cycles the minerals through the biosphere. The abiotic components help in the synthesis of organic components that involves the exchange of energy. Food web is a network of interconnected food chains. It comprises of all the food chains within a single ecosystem. It helps in understanding that plants lay the foundation of all the food chains. Now we will study about role of organisms. Role of organisms can be either producers or consumers in terms of energy flow through an ecosystem. Producers convert energy from the environment into carbon bonds, such as those found in the sugar glucose. Plants are the most obvious examples of producers. Plants take energy from sunlight and use it to convert carbon dioxide into glucose or other sugars. Algae and cyanobacteria are also photosynthetic producers, like plants. Other producers include bacteria living around deep-sea vents. These bacteria take energy from chemicals coming from the Earth's interior and use it to make sugars. Other bacteria living deep underground can also produce sugars from such inorganic sources. Another word for producers is autotrophs. Consumers get their energy from the carbon bonds made by the producers. Another word for a consumer is a heterotroph. Okay, now let's know some facts about ecosystem. The 100,000 trillion ants in the world weight about the same as all human beings. Birds play a vital role in keeping this balance of nature. In addition to being important parts of food webs, birds play other roles within ecosystems. Birds eat insects. They are a natural way to control pests in gardens, on farms, and other places. Bees are powerful pollinators. Did you know about 1/3 of the world's food depends on pollination? The process of transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma is called pollination. Many of the Earth's plants, about 30% of the world's crops and 90% of our wild plants, depend on these little heroes. As they buzz from plant to plant, bees are powerful pollinators and play a vital role in the ecosystem. Now, we will study about how to protect our ecosystem. There are thousands of ecosystems of varying sizes on Earth. Due to global warming and pollution, many ecosystems are suffering. With changes to your everyday lifestyle, you can help protect the planet and its ecosystems. Reduce or eliminate the use of household chemicals and pesticides that can hurt the environment. Harsh chemicals in typical store-bought cleaners can get into the water supply and leak into ecosystems when disposed of. You can make your own cleaning solutions using distilled vinegar and baking soda. You can also purchase green cleaning products. Brands, such as 7th Generation and Clorox Green Works, make their cleaning products with chemicals that are more environmentally friendly than conventional cleaners. Reducing your waste is one of the best ways to help the environment. Rather than using disposable paper towels, use reusable towels that can be washed rather than thrown away. Use reusable bags at the grocery store rather than using disposable plastic or paper bags. Choose foods that are locally grown and grown sustainably. The industrial food system requires food to be transported from all over the country and internationally, and for food to be grown abundantly, which requires pesticides. The transportation methods transporting food pollute the environment, but local foods do not need to be transported far. Organically grown food is also more sustainable, because it does not use pesticides, which harm ecosystems. Your local farmer's market is a way to find locally grown food and organically grown food.